welcome back. Well, how exciting is this? We always love it when we're able to obviously welcome somebody new to us here at HobbyMaker. This is Kelly from Crafty as a Fox. A lot of you will, of course, know you very well.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
over the years, I've been around and I've demonstrated many things, and it's lovely to be back.
Oh, well, we're glad. I mean, I think it's always so exciting for us when we get new faces joining us, because it's just lovely to kind of be able to expand, you know, everything that we sort of do here. Yeah. So, do you want to tell people a little bit about the brand and about yourself in case they haven't met you?
So, my name's Kelly Ann Jordan, and I am the face and the person behind Crafty as a Fox. I basically came up with a concept of card journaling, whereby you log what you've created your project with. So that could be a card, scrapbooking page. And then I decided that I couldn't find something I wanted to work with. So I decided that was it. I'm just going to have to start creating and designing myself. And here we are.
Yeah, but I love that, because I think it is when you as a crafter find that there is sort of this gap and you're thinking, well, this isn't there. I need to do it. I'm just going to do it myself, you know, which is superb. There's a lot of things on the show, so it is all there on the website. So if you do want to sort of go forward and log forward as well and buy bits in, then you absolutely can do. But we're going to start with what is next to me just here, because this is the brand new bundle that we've got here. This is the vintage butterfly bundle that we have. It is absolutely gorgeous, I have to say, and the sizes of those dies that then work with the stamps as well. The fact that you're getting your ephemera, and then you're getting that fantastic A5 paper pad as well that we've actually got there. So it's just such a lovely mix of bits.
I really wanted. So I'm one of those crafters that I kind of want stuff to tie together. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I want it to tie together. I want it to work together. Yeah. And when I'm creating, that just opens so many possibilities with your card making and your mixed media journaling and your art journaling, all of the kind of paper crafts that we do. I love to be able to reach for things and have it work together.
It guides you, doesn't it? Completely. Let's have a look, shall we, at the board as well, because this is your whispering wings that we can see here. I think it's once you actually see them stamped out like that as well, it's just amazing, it's mesmerising.
So what actually inspired me for this entire collection was a butterfly called a mountain blue, which is found in Australia. So we've seen so many different butterflies over the years, usually cardinals and the more common ones that we know.
Yeah, of course.
And I wanted to bring something different. So obviously you can use this to make those other butterflies, but the way that the layering system works with the two at the top, so the two at the top, here and here, the way that works is so it makes it a really quick infill stamp, because sometimes quick and easy is what we want. But then you've also got the possibility to watercolour. And I love grungy, so when I designed the larger butterfly, I designed it to be like this kind of grungy, speckly watercolour effect for making beautiful backgrounds. And then we always need a little filler of a small butterfly. You know, sometimes you just need that either to hide something that we've done,
which we always
or to kind of add something to your background, to the foreground. It's just really nice. A little extra. I had space and I fitted it in.
I love that.
With the sentiments, I wanted to make it really user-friendly for this set. I wanted to have something that I can reach to. So I've got my birthday, I've got hello, I've got just a note, you know, so when you're thinking of someone, there is a thank you. So there's all these different sentiments
and they
that work so well.
As well.
That's exactly it.
It's great, isn't it?
I'm so glad you saw that. So I designed them so they look handwritten. Because I want it to be, that kind of, somebody might not know that you've stamped that.
No, exactly. You don't.
Somebody might think you have got that beautiful scripty handwriting that will stamp.
Which I've not. Mine is terrible. We always
mine's awful.
We laugh on this show that I never even got a pen license. They just basically gave up in the end, and we're just like, just have a pen when I was at school. So, you know, the fact that now I could look like I've actually written beautifully is
exactly
super.
And every time.
Exactly. They're like, gosh, you've got really good since working at HobbyMaker. I know, but then when you see the dies as well.
So the way I designed this die, so I love the paper dolls, so I've added one of those in.
Cute.
But it's sized perfectly to work with them.
Wow, okay.
Because I like using them in my mixed media work.
Yes,
but but it's back to the actual product of mine. So the butterfly is made up in the 3 stages.
Brilliant.
You don't have to use all of them. You can use just the outline, or you can use a detail, and you can use the further detail. So it is really been made for you to build it up how you want. And as you can see on the butterfly, look, this is the layers.
Wow.
This is the layers. Oh, look, I'm putting my hand over it, silly Kelly.
Sorry?
Look, just there.
So
you've got all those, and you can make it all different colours. So if I bring in a sample, I'm just going to whip one in here. That gives you an idea of using just that one larger background layer, inking onto your cardstock beforehand, then die cutting it out, and you can just play around with it. It just makes it so much fun.
So they're the first 2 parts of this collection. Let's then come across to this, which you can see here. Now, you are going to get 8 different designs in this. You're getting 16 pages, so 2 of each of them. But these, once again, work perfectly with it, but they're just
It's got that vintage feel to it. It's got that kind of really quick and easy. So for me, once again, I'll come back to sometimes you just need something to work. And quick and easy pattern papers really are a go-to. They're easy to add into your scrapbook pages, onto your card fronts. You've just got so much, because with these papers as well, they're printed onto 140 GSM.
Amazing.
It is uncoated, so if you want to do your inking techniques on top, you can.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if you wanted to snip into it, I mean, the amount of embellishments, for example, that you can take out of this, if you'd like to do it that way. So you can see all of those different designs that we've got within that paper pad as well. You then get 2 sets of your ephemera, which you can see set up just there. We will open them up as well, just so we can have a little look at the amount of elements.
I've got both next to me, and I'll do one at a time.
Fabulous.
Because there's a lot. So we'll just get some out.
Huge amount in
But so in these with this set, you've got 2 sizes. There we go. There's 2 sizes of each butterfly, and you've got 4. You've got around, I think it's 4 of each one. So you've got the 2 different sizes.
So you can layer them up if you want to.
You can layer them up, but you've got so much to work with, and they're printed on 300 GSM card. They're laser cut here in the UK. So one thing about my products, which I didn't mention, is I will try and get everything made in the UK. So my stamps and stencils are all made in the UK. My dies are sourced in the UK, so I use a UK company who then get them for me. So somebody in the UK benefits from what I sell and what I produce, which is what I'm about.
Wow, so. It's just the detail as well, actually, like the artwork kind of on each of these butterflies is just beautiful, isn't it? The mix of colours, they're going to work with every one of your projects. And so that was volume 1.
That was 1.
This is the second one.
This is the second one, and you will not have any crossovers. They are all different. So each pack is different with different sets of butterflies. So if you're into your vintage butterflies, you will be able to find nearly every single one.
Reminds me of like going to the butterfly farm and seeing
exactly.
All the different types. Like, oh, that's that one.
Oh, it's that one. And they are just look at the beautiful colours that are in these. Are just stunning,
amazing, isn't it?
I think they're just such a must-have when you like doing your mixed media pieces, when you like to layer up, and when I know there's a lot of people, because I always do ephemera, that love my ephemera packs, and they come back for these because they're
Now, all of these bits are available if you want them individually, so you can jump ahead and do that. But, as always, whenever you want to go for everything, which is the biggest bundles, that's where you're getting them amazing stamps, you're getting all the sentiments, of course, as well as the butterflies, you're getting the die set, you're getting 2 packs of the ephemera that are absolutely jam-packed, and you're getting that gorgeous paper pad. £60.95 is the price you'll be paying if you bought all these elements individually. But we will give you a discount, okay, today. So, instead of that price on your screen at £60.95, we are taking a nice chunk out of this, and $49.99. On top of that, there's a 2-way split pay available, so you can actually take it all home if you'd like to for £24.99 today, so just under £25 to get everything at home as well, which is brilliant. Should we have a quick look at the samples?
Yeah, of course.
Come across to our first demo.
Do you want the samples?
Yeah, I can.
I don't know how this works.
I mean, you can do it either way.
So it's a little bit new for me. So I'm like,
it doesn't really matter, in all honesty. I mean, everybody, you know what seems to happen here is everybody who seems to come over goes, you're all very easygoing.
Yeah,
it just feels very different. And obviously, We've only, well, obviously,
this is
lot
what
of
you
people
know.
haven't, but I've only ever worked in this building for like past like 10, 11 years with a few of our different brands as well. And I'm like, oh, all right, I don't know. Like, we just like working with people. So it's, so you do whatever you want. All right, good. These are gorgeous though, every sample. And I just think the difference, oh, that dye's coming up in a little bit as well, isn't it? That's a nice little sneak peek that we've got that again. Absolutely fantastic. Could be wall art as well.
Well, this is it. It's funny enough, when we get to the stencils later, I've got a mixed media wall art piece, which I did as an example, but also I've got a show next weekend, steampunk show. For those that follow me know that I'm a steampunker, and I take these things to show and I sell my wares, shall we say.
Yeah, definitely. Super. Did you want to get ready for your first demo? Yes.
Sure.
Yes, lovely. We'll have a look at that. That's really nice as well, actually, from the pad. Look, where you can see you took all of the sort of separate bits and actually pop those together as well, so you could create something like that. Perfect. Let's
Nice and simple. This is what I like to call a one-layered wonder.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to pop that one to one side because I always have one I did earlier, just in case, because the pressure of being on telly box, sometimes the ink doesn't want to do what you want the ink to do.
And especially because it's live, so, you know, but it makes us all real. That's what I always think.
Exactly. It is very real. So let me reach from a stamp set, because I didn't put that next to me, which I should have done. There we go. So my stamp set is very well worn because I've used it a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to my books very quickly whilst we're doing this. So I've got a little sticky note, so I know I'm doing book 2. So this is my second book that I've filled or filling, and I'm going to my page 21. Now I've just written the numbers on there just for my reference. Obviously you can do that, or you know, you don't have to. So I come to my page, and on here I've got what stamp set I've used, what coloured inks I've used, and any techniques that I wanted to kind of to remind myself, oh, I stamped it, oh, I splattered it. Fabulous. So then I've got that to look back at, and maybe I want to recreate this card, so I can. So that's what we're going to do.
Are you okay to make and sell with your brand?
I am 100% happy for you to make and sell as many cards as you want.
Perfect.
I only ask for finished projects.
If you had a bestseller like that, for example, and you wanted to keep making it, you're going to be able to remember exactly how to do it. Keep recreating the same card, couldn't you?
Well, the whole idea when it came to my books came about because I have got such a bad memory, and I created a card as a gift, and I wanted to recreate it and couldn't remember how I did it.
No.
I hadn't taken a photo, I gave it away, and then that was it. See you later, gone. So the whole thing came up when it came to making the books was because of my bad memory. My absolutely bad memory.
But that's great.
So I'm just inking up the outline stamp, which looks beautiful on its own. I may have to do it a second time just because my inks, I think I need to re-ink it. And I'm just giving it a good, because there's quite a few solid areas, I'm going to give it a good firm press down. And I've got to say, a stamping tool is a lifesaver.
Because you can just go back in.
You can go back in. And I've not always got the steadiest of hands. And if I'm honest, I'm quite short, and this is quite a high desk.
Oh, so you know what? I don't know. Do you want it? Because we've got a block if you want to stand on it.
Oh, no, because I feel really weird.
Oh, no, loads of people do stand
on
it. Yeah.
We'll see how I get on.
Okay, well, next time or another show, you know, if you do want it, just ask for it before. Like Julie, obviously, I don't know if you actually met her, who works in the office, who you'd have probably sent your cards through
yes,
to.
I think I have.
Tiny. So obviously, when she comes on, she needs definitely that. So
she has the same problems.
And sometimes just to stand near Dave, people need it because Dave is so tall.
Dave is so tall. I'm going to just rejig where this is and pop that on there. But I'm going to add in the sentiment at the same time, just because I can. And we're going to say hello. Hello. Is it me? Sorry. I can't help it. Do you ever say something and then your brain starts singing something like,
our brains are crazy beasts, aren't they, really?
In
the best way.
In the best way. Now, obviously, when you are doing this, you'll take a lot more time than I am. I'm kind of rushing through because I'm always conscious of, I want to show you as much as possible. Now, when it comes to these stamps, they are manufactured, as I said, in the UK. They are high-grade photopolymer.
Super.
So you know you're getting quality. So when you first get them, you will need to prep them.
Okay.
And if you don't know what that is, take an eraser of rubber and just give it a good old rub over the stamp, which will just take off this clean film, or using like a StazOn, stamp it a couple of times, and that kind of gets rid of it.
Yeah, perfect.
So just because I know some people go, oh, it didn't stamp, but it's just, you just got to prep it a little.
Yeah, and we hear that a lot.
Yeah, and that happens a lot with photopolymer just because of the manufacturing process of it. I really want to go to the manufacturing place.
It'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I should contact them and see if I can. So
we are approaching quarter of the stock having been allocated now. If you do want the bundle, individuals are going as well on the web.
Okay, so now we're done with that layer. Because I have used Versify, that will need a second to dry.
Okay, yes.
We don't have a second. So here is one I created earlier.
You've already done it. So.
Yeah, of course I have. Of course I have. Right, so I'm just going to repop that into my stamping tool.
Yeah.
Just try and secure that. And now we're going to get out that infill stamp. Now, you could use any colour you want, but the reason I used blue for this is because it is a mountain blue.
Okay, yes.
So I wanted it to be true to the butterfly, and it matches up really easily. You can just see how all those corners just pop in.
Yeah.
So let's close that up, lift that up, just move that down a little, and give it a little inking. Now, obviously, if you want to go in with different inks, or if you want to watercolour it, you can.
Yeah, of course.
You could do each little section. I always find with...
Oh, look at that. That's lovely.
I've just got to give it another layer. You always have to with the translucent inks.
It's just great how perfectly that fits in as well.
Right. There we go. So I'm slightly off, but that's my fault. Now let's do the other one very quickly. Okay. Let's try and get it a little better lined up, Kel. I'm just prepping myself, don't worry. Sorry, I'm a bit of a lunatic. There we go. Lovely. But even just the second grade
looks really nice.
That looks really nice how it is. I will stick a little bit more ink on it just because.
Yeah, you can.
Just because, just
exactly.
because. And then, there we go. But you can see how quick
it's really
you can start to create some lovely pieces just with a couple of stamps from the set. So I'm just going to pop those over there for a sec, out of the way. All I need to do now is get a little bit of black for a little... Oh no, I've not used black, have I? I've used blue.
Oh yes, yeah.
Well now, in my thingamabob, when I first did it, I used a different colour. But actually, I think I'm going to use the same colour this time because I think that worked a bit better.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, when you're looking back at that book as well, you could think, oh, well, I might mix it up this time and do pink, or I might stick to exactly what I've seen.
I love a splatter. I've literally just splattered my book.
You have a little bit more.
A bit more. Yeah, it's got extra. Why not? Sharing's caring.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we always say.
Right. So let me just wipe this up, and then we can just stick it all together. Yeah. And we have got a very quick and easy birthday card. Or hello card.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
That's the thing with hello.
Yes.
It could just be, you know, you could be
thinking. Same with butterflies, isn't it? Everybody loves a butterfly, but it can cross over to all different occasions, which is super.
It's funny, these tape pens, whatever brand I use, whenever I'm on telly, it goes... Every time, like I'll be using it in my workroom and it's fine. And then as soon as I come and do something like this, it's like, nah. Now, I have splurged those, but I like that.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah.
I like that.
Exactly.
Oh, God, that's a new one as well.
We always have extras somewhere in the studio if we need them as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
It can sometimes be the temperature, I think, in here as well.
That's a new one, that one. And that one. I swear it's me. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to bring out one that I don't want to use. Oh!
There we go.
There we go. Oh, dear.
Alex got a hunky-dory one ready for you.
Oh, fab.
Crafters one, I think.
Yeah.
We've got some others.
I need to get some more. Right, so there we go. We have created straight from our book.
Yes, look at that.
And you can see, so what I've done, I haven't done a copy As in, like,
no,
I've done a photocopy, should I say?
Yes.
Words, Kelly. I've done a photocopy and stuck it into my book.
Perfect. So rather than actually like using the full card, that's a really good idea.
I did used to do a full card, but it made my book really bulky.
Okay.
So you can do that, of course, but taking a photocopy, and most printers nowadays have a photocopy in.
Of course they do.
Or just take a photo with your phone and print it out.
Yeah, exactly. Should we just come across to this? Because while we've actually got the book out, we've got this available, of course, on the show. So this is the number 2 one that we've got here. There is a couple of different options. We'll come to the other look afterwards. But this is just brilliant. Now, the fact as well that I had seen nothing else like this before, and you came up with this concept to actually be able to remind yourself and know what you've done and look back at those best projects as well. So you can sort of make sure that you can recreate them. And it's really simple where you've got the space to be able to actually put in your project or your photocopy, but everything is written there as well. So you know what you've used, you know kind of the techniques, you've got any additional notes to yourself as well. And I love that you've got all of this written at the beginning as well about the concept, about everything you've done to come up with it. It's such a fabulous thing, I think, for yourself, but also as a present for anyone.
For us crafters, like when you create, and we love creating, and then you give it away, and then it's gone,
isn't it?
And then you might want to recreate that, and that is for me that. Definitely. I just never remember anything.
Let's have the price today, okay? Because it is brand new to us. It is a launch price opportunity for you to be able to get this first day here, of course, for Kelly with us at HobbyMaker. So instead of $8.99, you can get it today at £6.99. Can we have a flick through yours and have a little look at what you've got in it?
So this book I started when with my light bulb moment collection.
Okay.
So this is another collection that I've done, which will be coming to you at some point.
Okay.
But in here I've got obviously the stamps techniques. Then I've done like kind of colour concepts, stencils that go with it. I mean, I literally I can document everything I do. Every project. Right, this was a shaker. I printed that, so I was able to still keep a record of it. It's just
third
really
of the stock
fun.
gone already on this one.
I'm not surprised.
No, I'm
it's
not.
Such a useful tool. Such a useful tool because it's not just for card making. If you do mixed media art, you can take a photo, you can document it, still using what techniques, what paints, what.
Do you know what else it'd be really good for? Is, you know, if you run craft groups or anything like that,
Yeah,
because your inspiration's there, you can let people even go through and kind of find their inspiration from it and do lessons from it. It's right, half the stock gone now on this one. I'm not. I just think it's amazing. I think it's the fact that you sit there and you go, I need this.
It's one of those things that you don't realise you need it until you've got it. Because I now have this for the rest of my life. A record of things that I've been creative, I've given away, so the cards get given away, but I've still got something from it. Do you know what it is? It's something for me. It's that little something for me.
And everybody always says to us that there's certain points, it doesn't matter how long they've been crafting for or anything, but they lose almost like that mojo and that inspiration. And you could just flick through it and think, I'm inspired again. Let's go back and do that. And
exactly that. So you go, that technique I forgot how to do. I can do that.
Exactly.
That's what I love about it.
Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. We've got single figures left, but we are well over allocated. There's 45-ish additional people looking at this compared to what is now left. Luckily for you,
we have 2 covers.
We do have a second option. So that one, I think we've got 2 left now in terms of physical ones that are available. But we've got exactly the same here. The difference is the front cover, isn't it? And just how it looks. So you've got kind of colour in that. You've almost got that sort of.
So that's my watercolour wash effect that I wanted to have on the front, and it was the first one I did. But I wanted a wood look. So like your notebooks you get at home. It's just a different cover. So the inside is exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Yeah, and we can match the price, can't we? We can do that launch price today as well. So we'll get that price straight down. $8.99 usually, but of course today you are going to get it at that first day price of £6.99. £9.99. And a third of the stock had gone before we even came to it. Of course it had. But, you know, it's just lovely as well that in the front of it, you know, you explain the idea that you've been saying about, you know, the idea is for you to create your card fronts, mixed media journal pages, stick them in and kind of go through this process. And to give that to somebody is just going to be amazing, because suddenly they'll go, oh, and if you wanted, you could even have, you know, you could do sort of like, right, this is like the birthday cards, this is what I do for wedding cards, and kind of mix and match them depending on if you make them.
Exactly that. Or it could be that brands, certain brands that you like.
True.
So if you like a certain brand stamps, or dies or whatever it is, you can keep it for that. Or, I mean, that's an amazing idea, you know, using the birthdays, using whatever
you know what else? And I know this isn't maybe what they're for, but because I have children, my mind always goes to my kids, right? Yeah. Now, how nice, because you have too much artwork, right, with children, and you could actually kind of fill that in for them and have it as little memory books as well of like all the stuff they did. So they are both, that one's gone and this one is over allocated. So they are both about to sell out, which I'm not surprised about at all. They're absolutely amazing. So well done for jumping straight in and getting them. They are superb. We do have one other thing though to talk about. Yes. So let's talk about this, because this is basically like all of your techniques that you've got in this. It's like you learn so much, but you've also got some of the logs in the back of it, haven't you? Yeah. Should we have a
so this was a brainchild of mine. Some of you know I'm dyslexic, I'm ADHD, I've got a brain that's scatty. I know stuff,
because all the stuff you come up with.
But I know stuff and I forget it. And so I created this because this is some of the most common questions I'm asked as a card maker.
Brilliant. Okay.
What ink should I use? With what? If I'm watercolouring or if I'm using alcohol inks or alcohol markers, what cardstock should I use? What is collaging? And loads of different kind of questions. And so what I did is I put in information pages at the beginning about inks, about how to stencil, and then we've got several different techniques, and you can, there's 5 projects in there.
Okay, lovely.
So each project shows you 2 or 3 different techniques. So this is a project, and in there, just before it will be different techniques for you to try out.
Fantastic.
To recreate a project like this. Yeah. And it's just a kind of a hand. You know, if you are new to stamping and stenciling, it's a hand. It's that little hand in the craft room. Yes. With those questions that everybody asks all the time.
It really is. And the fact that you have put all of this together as well, it's not, you know, sort of like you've got something published from somewhere else and said, oh, this is really good. You've actually taken all of those questions, everything that you know that is so important, put in some of the best projects as well to be inspired by. But then what we saw that have now sold out, as you can see when I flick to the back of this, you've actually got all of those log pages in this as well. So you could be logging those 5 projects that are in there, and then all of the additional ones that you decide to do with those techniques from the stamp. I will just let you know, we are going lower, already over half the stock's been allocated at this price, because it's a brilliant price already. Should we get the price straight in, Alex, just while we're talking about it? Because I think it will have sold out before we get to the price, if not. So under £10, which is, for me, it's an unbelievable deal.
Well, it's all those questions that people ask, and I would like to do a second book at some point, probably about watercolouring or something. I've mentioned it before. Just because it's nice to have something, because I find I want to reach for a book to look for information.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if I've got it next to me.
Yes,
So, you know, it's easy.
And I think what's so good with this is, you know, even with your stamps, you know, as you're flicking through it, it's telling you about rubber stamps, then clear stamp, it goes different ones, acrylic stamping blocks, you know, stamping tools, the different ones you can use, platforms, inks. It's amazing. And
it is an in-depth guide.
Yeah, sprays, distress sprays, texture paste, you know, gesso, things that, and there's a lot of people. So on this show, we have some people who do mixed media. We have a lot of people scared of it. And you know, we get it a lot from the audience saying, oh, I don't want to use that project because I don't know how to do it. With this, suddenly you can step outside of your comfort and go,
just practice and play.
Yes.
Just practice and play.
We are over allocated. I'm just enjoying reading it now. I'm just like, oh, I can create something like that, which is it's amazing. And I think the fact as well that you've also got that logit and that journaling in the back as well, it's brilliant. Alex has just said, he went, do you know what? They're my 3 favourite products I've seen in ages. Like this, I've never seen anything like this. So yeah, they are absolutely fantastic. You're right. I think, have we got any left? Is it, yeah, well over allocated. I think there's 2 or 3 just left to be actually checked out. So if it's in your basket, it'll be the first person to check those out. So well done if you do manage to get them. Don't worry, there's a lot more in the show as well, because we've got brand new stencils also, haven't we?
We have.
Let's move to these, shall we? Now, how exciting. This is a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I wanted to give as much as I could. So I normally do an A5 stencil. Yeah. But this I just wanted to give, because I like to do mixed media. Yeah. I want to have a range of stencils that work for so many different projects.
Such a good idea.
And I want something that is easy to reach for, to find, to use. Yeah. So in each one of these packs, you're getting 3 stencils. They're just shy of like DL size, but they are all different. I've got a kind of things. Yeah, so this is, if you buy the bundle, you get the ring.
Great, so you can start.
So you get a little extra, you get the ring, but you can get them individually. But if you buy the bundle, you get the ring.
You get that as well.
So you get
and you get a good discount, which we'll be coming to in a moment as well. So this is the first stencil set where you're getting 3, 4 and 5 that we can see. I mean, what a gorgeous mix.
Yeah. So I love brick, I love type, and I love kind of like messy lines. Yes. So that was the first one I was like, right, super. I want some of that, and I wanted some of that to add into a project like this.
Oh, that's great, isn't it?
So this is using those stencils and some of them more that we get to in a mixed media project.
That's amazing. And I love as well that because you've actually designed these and you've created them, once again, when you look at it, they look so hand-painted. It doesn't actually look like you've necessarily used a stencil, which I always love that, when you can pass it off as your own work, even though it's not, you know, which is just super. And again, lovely font within everything.
So that is, and it's a specific one, and I'll tell you what one it is. It's an Underwood.
Okay.
And the reason being, because I have an Underwood typewriter, which is about 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a bit of a fan of those particular typewriters. So that's why it's an Underwood.
Super. Yeah. Love that. We've then got this next stencil set, 6, 7 and 8. So again, all of these brand new. Everyone knows I love animal print. You see, I've got it on again. So.
No, me too. I live in leopard print. I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
You might find, I mean, obviously you've got your lovely fox.
Do you know what the other top is in the back? It's leopard print, in case I need, this wasn't,
if you turn up and it's like a hunky-dory day, you can guarantee Anne-Marie will be in it, you can guarantee Julie upstairs will be in it. We have loads of it. And you walk around, you're like, oh, we all just look like we're the same people. Debbie, Fisher.
I love it though. I love it.
So I love that mix. I do as well. All those different prints that we've actually got there across it.
Yes. So the reason I've given you 2 colours so you can see. Yeah. So with this can be a tiger, but it also can be a zebra.
Of course it can. Yeah.
And then we've got our leopard print, but actually it's very similar to a cow print.
Yeah, but actually it is, isn't it? Yeah.
So depending on the background that you put with it is what you can use.
What you can actually decide.
So then I've used a snake, and the reason I've done a snake is because my son loves snakes.
Okay.
So
I love that.
So I mean, for kids' fun cards, these are really fun backgrounds,
aren't they?
You know, really fun stencils.
Absolutely. And then we have the final set, which is your 9, 10, and your 11 that we can see just here. And again, to be able to kind of have that dotted line, to have your polka dots, it's just very.
So I really wanted my dashes in there. I wanted the kind of not squoval. It's I forget what the mixture of a circle and a square is. Do you know what? I got it in my blurb, but I can't remember what it was. But I wanted something a little bit bigger than a circle, but not a circle.
Yeah, okay.
So I wanted that different kind of size and shape to kind of work within my projects.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. So if you want to go for any of these sets individually, you can do. They're all on the website. £11.99 for the 3 stencils. So when you think about that, that's £4 per stencil. So a really, really good price already. But if you want to go for all 3 of these sets, so you are going, of course, for everything, and you get the ring binder that, of course, comes with this as well, then instead of £35.93, we are going to give you a discount on that. So it's going down to $24.99. So you're pretty much getting a set for free.
Yeah,
aren't you,
yeah,
with
you
this?
are. You are.
And that takes it to less than £3 a stencil. I think it's $2.77 or something a stencil.
It takes it down really low. And Andy really did have to twist my arm.
Did he?
So,
What did he say? Oh, launch show, you've got to do a
Yeah, you've got to do a really good price. I'm just like, okay.
I love that. Okay. And you've agreed, isn't it?
I agreed, and then it's too late. But one
I
thing
didn't know we did that.
I didn't do on my old stencils, and I have on these,
Yes,
which you might not be able to see, but I have had laser engraved into them.
You have, yeah.
I've had the name, so Crafty as a fox, and what stencil number it is.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can.
There you go. If we come right in on the camera, you can see. Oh, so you're not going to mix them up.
So you're not going to mix them up. And when you go to write it in your journal, you know what one you've used.
Yes, of course.
And that's why I did it.
Yeah,
because if I don't put a number on it, who's going to know what one it is?
Well, that's true, isn't it? Yeah, it's very true. And as you're kind of building across all of these, you'll be thinking,
exactly. Well, what stencil was this?
Yeah.
So I was like, right, that's it. That's what I've got to do. I've got to put something on there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't want to put names because.
Yeah, got them there.
I want it nice and easy to write.
Perfect. Would you like to come across to another demo?
Yes, yeah, of course.
Lovely. So yes, do come across those. They are all there at $11.99. We'll go through all the individuals in a moment. We have got a QR code there as well. So if you do want to go to that, then it will jump you across to Kelly's YouTube channel as well, where there's loads of inspiration on there as well. Always being updated as well. So it'll be lovely if you have to have a look, and you can obviously subscribe to that as well. I'm going to sneeze, bless me.
Bless you.
I actually nearly got through quite a few hours without sneezing. I always sneeze in here with the aircon.
Right.
My blue marks, yeah.
So I have also created, I got it in stages, so don't you worry.
Yeah. Lovely.
So I'm going to get out my book. What did I do with my book? Oh, I put it next to me. Don't worry. It's here. It's
got so excited.
As usual. I'm like a giddy puppy or something, although I prefer cats.
All three of the books have sold out. There isn't any kind of extra sort of allocation or potential.
No, I could, if I thought about it, I could do an extended dispatch, but they usually take about 10 days to be made to get to me.
Yeah. Well, next time you're back, they hopefully might be able to wrangle some to get some back in. So keep your eyes peeled.
Make sure that I order extra.
Yeah. There was a lot of people that missed out, which is lovely to know, because then you know how much people want them as well. So.
Yeah. And they are such a handy thing to have.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that you guys are loving the concept too. I mean, it means a lot. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this inky project, but what I have done is I have done it in stages, but let's do the stages so I don't have to dry everything, because that's what takes the time. So I'm going to move my little bit of paper over here, but with this particular project, I decided to change up the colours. So that one was with purples and pinks, but this time I think I'm going to go for the peacock and I'm going to go for broken china. So I've gone for the blues. Those that know me know I love blue. It's like my absolute favourite colour
as well.
Yeah, it's my absolute favourite colour. It's
especially
funny,
the sort of turquoisey tones like you see in there.
So what colour did I use first? I cannot remember. I think I used peacock first. So let's go for peacock first. So I'm going to do the smush technique. Lovely. So I could go straight onto it, but I'm going to do a smush. So I'm going to just spray some of that onto my mat, and then I'm going to grab my water just to kind of just to move it around a little bit, but not a lot. And then I've used watercolour cardstock. I'm just going to give that a little spray too, so I've got a good transfer with that water. I've not gone too crazy, but that's why these kind of techniques they take a little while to dry.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm going to go in there, I'm going to squidge it, and then let's have a look. So then what I would do is I would go in and I'll dry that, and then I'd pick up some more.
Okay.
And I'll dry that and then pick up some more until I've got to a place that I'm happy with.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if that's which one I used first. Yeah, no, So I've got to use the darker blue, broken china second. Okay. So it's funny, isn't it? See, I write these things down and then I forget. So what I would do is I'll dry that. So what I'm going to do is bring in the other one, because you don't need to see me drying some ink for this one, but we will dry the next one.
All right. Yeah.
So that's to one side. That one is in one we prepared earlier. one of those things. We're talking a lot of nonsense, don't I?
It's true though, it's like a Blue Peter, isn't it? Here.
I'm then going to take the broken china, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to get a bit onto my mat.
Yeah.
And I can add a bit of water. Now I'm not going to add water to here, but I will there just to get it moving a little. And then I'm just going to pick some up there.
Okay, super.
Which I've got a lovely kind of, it almost looks like under the water.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? How good's that?
So then, once again, we dry that.
Okay.
We can dry that. We can dry that.
Yeah, there it is.
We can dry that.
Oh, where's it plugged into? Let me just move it. This is a dodgy connection.
Oops-a-daisy.
No, it's all right. I'm constantly just down here trying to fix this.
Out there.
There we go.
She's fixed it.
Yeah.
She's fixed it.
We always laugh because they cable tie all of this extension. Then nothing reaches, and then I cut the cable ties on most shows because we can't get anything to work.
Can't get anything to work.
Yeah. But you're like, that's okay. They won't know who it is tomorrow on Sewing Street.
Yeah, it's fine.
Exactly.
It's fine. So the nice thing about when you're drying, it doesn't need to be bone dry to go in for another layer. So I can, like, it's mostly dry, just a few bits, but I can just pick up a bit more.
Yeah, of course you can.
And I can get some of those little droplets. See, look, they're really nice little droplets. I love that speckly look.
Definitely.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then once you're happy and you've gone in enough times with your ink, you've let it dry or dried it, you then have your finished one. Yeah. So this is using the same colours, but I will never get exactly the same piece.
No, but that's what's really nice,
isn't that's what's nice. So you can see here, this one's darker because I went back in, I dried it, I went back in a bit more ink and a bit more ink, just to kind of get those colours, because I love it. I just love it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in one of the stamps. I'm going to stamp in oxide.
Okay.
Because I want that solid colour to kind of come through as she reaches for a block. I know I've got one here somewhere. And we're going to use that little stamp.
Oh yeah, perfect.
So this is, you can start to see how we can use the little stamp. And we are going to use the big stamp as well. But let's do this one first. So I'm just going to ink it up. And then I'm just going to... And the thing is it doesn't matter how much is shown through. I just want a silhouette of it. I just want...
It's almost like when you look at the finished one in the purple there, you
don't quite notice them.
And then you do, don't you?
Yeah, so you don't notice them straight away. Yeah. And then you do.
Yeah, it's a nice...
But that is nice. Exactly. Oh, words out of my mouth.
Stealing them.
It's absolutely fine. You crack on. I come out with a lot of waffle though.
So do I.
So I'm happy with that. So the next stage for me is to add in a bit more grunginess. And I'm going to do that using... Whoop, should have just taken that bit off. Using the grungy stamp. So let's just bring the stamping press back in. Let's pop that in. Let's hold that down. And where did I do it? So I did it about here. Okay. So the nice thing is I've got my reference that I can look at. I can have a good look. Whereabouts did I do it? Do I like it there? Do I need to move it? I'm happy with it, so that's where it's going to go. Yeah. Going to ink that up in some black.
Perfect.
And then we've got this nice kind of speckly kind of, I love the way this came out. And when I was designing it, so I have designed the stamps and stencils and the dies all myself.
A long time to do stuff like that, or do you just sort of wait till you've got certain inspiration and then think, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do?
It usually, I have to have like an inspiration, so it all started, the first collection I did was a Victorian kind of steampunky collection, obviously, because of my love of that. And then from that, I was inspired by one of the light bulbs, an Edison light bulb. So I designed my own style of Edison light bulb. And then from this, I saw a mountain blue butterfly at a show. So somebody does, I forget what it's called, but you know when they put, it sounds awful, dead creatures into frames and things.
Yes, okay.
They preserve them.
Yeah.
Somebody had a mountain blue, and I was like, that's a beautiful butterfly. What is it? And then And that was it. I was like, okay, so that's the butterfly I want to use.
Yeah. So it could be anywhere that you sort of see something and then you think, right, that's the next thing I'm going to do.
Do you know what? For stencils and stuff, I see things like road markings, or not road markings, like pavement detail, and you go, oh, that would be a really cool stamp or stencil. So something just a little bit, a little bit out there, isn't it?
No, but it's true, because you're always sort of aware of what's going on in the world and what's there, and then I suppose you just spot something and think, yeah, you know what, I can change that from what I'm seeing into something crafty.
Yeah, that is a kind of an inspiration that I can do and I can use, in my crafting. And it's weird how these things kind of come about,
isn't it?
Because they end up doing these weird, funny circles. How did I get to that?
We're just go off, don't we? Talk, find out different things.
Now, so we have here card base. I tend to work in 5x7.
Okay.
It's just my absolute preference.
Yeah.
So I've got my card that isn't that brilliant for a background, and I could batch make these very quickly, very easily.
You could just whack a sentiment on that, and that's done, isn't it?
Exactly that.
And the lovely thing is, if you go into craft shows, is you could just not put any sentiments on and then let someone choose, and it makes it perfect for them, doesn't it?
Exactly. And at craft fairs, it's really versatile if you can change something up for someone right there. It really is. So what I have here is I have heat embossed in white, the happy birthday sentiment, and you can see how fine detail that has come out and how beautifully it is stamped. You know, when you're like, I'm quite proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, I think it's lovely.
It's just a lovely, lovely, lovely
isn't it?
Font. Yeah. So I also, I'm going to bring these two little bad boys in.
Okay.
So these are my texture dies.
Yeah, these are amazing.
How fab are they?
Look at those.
For using anything like just to break up the background.
Definitely.
So I'm not sure which one we're going to use. You're going to help me choose.
Oh, okay.
So we could either use...
Yeah.
We could either use our flowers.
Yeah.
Or
it looks nice, doesn't it?
We could use our lines.
Yeah, I mean they both look really good, don't they? I suppose you've got the lines on that one, so you could always use the flowers on this one and you got the difference. But I do like it with the lines.
Yeah. Okay, let's go flowers.
Yeah, go on.
Let's go flowers. Right, let's see if this is going to work again. Oh, something came out. I wonder if it's me. It just must be me. It must be me. Like, I don't know. It must just be me. There we go.
That's fine. It's perfect. Sometimes they like have a little kick, don't they, at the end, like to get them off.
Like, come on, get going. Start working. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just bring that in. There we go.
There we are.
Hide that one over there. And there we go. So I've added that there.
Yeah.
Now I do have a bit of glue, so we're all right. She says, where did she put it? She put it there.
There it is, perfect.
There it is. You know, it's funny, when we were having our meeting, I said, I'm less scatty once I'm on air. I don't know if that's true.
I think it's just personality. I mean, I think it's quite rare on shows, if with anyone, it's neat. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything just goes chaos, and that's what I love about it, because it's like, I'll use that.
Us crafters generally are just absolutely chaotic.
It's because you kind of don't know exactly what you're going to want either until you're doing it. You sort of need everything.
So I've just squidged a little bit of glue on there.
Yeah.
There we go. Job done. Let's use a couple of foam pads to pop that up, because we do like a little bit of dimension.
Yeah, definitely.
It adds to a card, doesn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt.
And there we go.
Very nice.
And then look, I've got a birthday card ready to go.
That is fabulous.
When I fancy.
That's so lovely. And then when you look at the difference of your initial
it's like exactly
copied, but you see that and then you see it against that. So that's what's amazing, is the same inspirations there. But then you've gone, actually, I might just change it up with the colour, change it up with a different dye. So that's why as well these are just so brilliant. Now let's just give you the chance to get that die set though, because they are just brilliant. You can see they are big sizes that you've got just there to be able to create the most amazing textures, the backgrounds that we can actually see with this as well. And I think they really add that distress look, you know, to anything by adding these. £17.99, that is the should-be price, but again, it is the first day, the brand new sort of launch show here on HobbyMaker for Crafty as a Fox. We've heard that Andy is twisting arms on prices.
He is, yeah.
We are going to take this a bit lower. And I think it's really lovely to actually see them there, and you're plain white cardstock, but then different when you've actually got them on backgrounds.
That is the beauty of, where did I put them? I've got a load of backgrounds, and literally just chuck one of those on a background with a sentiment. It makes such a difference. And so the example there with the flower is on one of my old book pages. So how beautiful does that look? That is an aged-old paper. And actually, it's got that beautiful patina, and it just works so well.
Yeah, I'm thinking as well with these flowers, you could paper piece them, you could, you know, colour.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
Like so much you can do, and it's $15.99 for both of those that you can get. We have managed to add the old book pages in.
We have.
So
I know.
If you wanted to actually create something like this or mixed media or anything, then we have got an amazing opportunity where Kelly actually goes and you find all of these books.
So I reclaim books that are due to go and be landfill. So these books are going to either go into landfill or they're going to be mulched to make other paper. And I think that's a real shame because they've got such a beautiful patina. They've got, I mean, the age on some of them, you can't get that age anywhere else.
No.
It is what it is. I have a pack next to me if you want to have a look.
Oh yeah, super. Yeah. Lovely.
I've got one next to me. So in these packs, you will get a real mix of pages. And some of them are old information.
40 old book pages.
40.
Wow, and like some of them got pictures and things.
So
like
we've got
exactly
that. So we've got images, and no pack will be the same because they are all just different. So you've got lots of different sizes. We've got images. We've got pages from storybooks.
You might get inspired by reading something. Think, I want that book, and then like try and find it.
But what I love is the illustrations in some of these old books. Is the illustrations. I mean, you can't beat. And that was going to go into a landfill. So I do it through a what's it called? A charity.
Okay.
Where I purchase the books through them. They get a bit of money. I get to save the books that would then not
would just be thrown.
And like this is Tarzan, an old Tarzan book.
Brilliant.
And I literally, it was something like 50 years old.
Oh my word.
But I just love
For example, the hair that we're seeing there.
Each one will be different. Each has different images. I've even got like clockmaking. In one of them, the packs was old apothecary and
planning the garden here.
Yeah, plants, watches.
So good. Look at the images there as well.
So there is such a huge mix of what you're getting in each pack.
So good. Such a good price as well. £7.99 for 40 of those old book pages. And, you know, we always talk about how much we love to have scripture, you know, in the backgrounds of your cards, for example. We know that with mixed media, it's lovely to be able to work with your MDF, pop it onto MDF, or you might want to put it round the centre of candles or anything like that. It's just so much.
Sorry, for a second there, I was like looking around. It's because I was looking for the frame.
Oh, just that frame. Yeah, we can go to that.
So that frame, I have used my butterfly dies.
Okay.
And I've used some flowers, and I've used old book pages.
Oh, they look so good,
this is one of the products that I sell. I make these and I sell them at my steampunk events. People love them because
I love that.
Well, I tell them the story of the pages, that they are having a new life. They're not going to be destroyed, and they're still beautiful.
And also, it's got history, hasn't it, to it? And you say that story that you've got there. So you could create something just like that if you wanted to put on your own wall, or of course to make and sell, like Kelly does.
Yeah. The other thing about what I do is every book I use are books that cannot be resold. So they might have missing pages. Kids might have drawn on some of the pages. So they are books that only are destined for the bin.
And you've got them
That's a real shame, isn't it?
It is such a waste, isn't it?
So we save them.
Yeah, so third of the stock of this has gone as well. A lot of people multi-buying and buying a couple of sets of this. You're going to be able to do so much with it for just $7.99. Let's come back across to the big brand new bundle that we have here as well. We're going to start with them individually, just that if you do just want to get one or two elements of this, you can do, of course. Should we kick off with the dies first? Yeah. Because we've got an absolutely gorgeous die bundle. You can see, of course, the board here of everything that you actually get within this die bundle, which could, I just love that. Do you know what I actually... You know what I want to do is I want to get my friends, stick them in. That would be amazing on the front of a card.
Yeah, do it, do it.
But it's seeing these three layers, which I think all work individually. Yeah. But then, of course, when you see them all put together and you see those layers that we've got there, they kind of just bring that dimension perfectly, don't they, as well?
So you could stick them all together flat, but then if you want that dimension, you can lift those wings, and you've got 3 different levels there.
Exactly. Yeah, which is just fabulous. And you can see that there's your die set. So that is what is coming to you. So you can really see they're a great size. Of course, a lot of metal in that. And then that is the kind of thing that you can do, of course, when you've actually die cut them out, just £17.99. We then have the stamp set, of course, that works perfectly with this as well. And you can see all of these stamped out. Remember that you get all of those different butterflies, but you also get all the sentiments that we can see there as well. So have a great day, hello, you've got happy birthday, just a note, you've got thank you as well in that lovely, lovely scripture that we can see. There is that stamp set. It's the full stamp set that you're actually getting there at £17.99. 20% of this individually has gone as well. And I think it's the fact that you get that real sort of rustic finish with it, as well as the perfect finish, depending on kind of how you
craft. And that's it. Is sometimes I really want a clean finished piece. Like with some of the samples, you'll see they are very clean polished, but then some of them are ultra grungy, ultra inky.
Which is what's super,
it gives you a really different vibe.
Definitely. We also have the paper pad, so let's come across to this. Remember, you will get 2 of each of these sheets. It is £8.99 for you to be able to get this, 140 GSM, and just absolutely lovely in terms of what you can see here. Again, I love that you've got the butterflies on the sort of script. You know, it ties in with everything that we've seen, I think, so well.
That vintagey, grungy.
Yes, yeah.
All those grungy things that we love.
And all the different colours that we're actually seeing in the butterflies that we've got here as well, depending on kind of what colours you decide that you want to go with each of these as well. And we've got a really, really lovely sample that you can see here where they've been used by just being torn and then kind of layering them up. And I think that is just so clever.
I literally was making this in the green room earlier.
Was you?
Yeah, because I can't sit still. So I was just...
Great, that's fabulous. Yeah, it was just brilliant. Love it.
Tearing away.
Then we've got the ephemera. We've got 2 different sets of the ephemera, so we will bring both of those in as well. So you can see them just in front of me, just there. So we've got set 1. That is this one here. Remember, none of them will double up across both of these, but you've got a huge amount in each of them that we can see. So there's set 1. That's £7.99. Set 2, that is just next to it as well, that you've got here, and you can see again that is £7.99. But if you want to go for the full bundle, that is the best way to go for it because you've got a great discount on it today. It is brand new for us to be able to bring this to you, £49.99. So it's about £11, I think, was taken off that. It should have been £60.95 for you to be able to get that. So a really good discount. And the other great thing is it's on 2-way split pay. So you can actually take everything home today for £24.99. And let's just have another recap of some of these gorgeous samples of things that you could create, of course, with this, because you can see how different every single one of these are, whether you just use the stamps, whether you just use the papers, whether you're thinking you want to just use dies, or all of it together. And it's almost 20% saving if you do go for the full bundle today. Loads of you have taken advantage of this. Lots of you still with it in your baskets as well. So do, of course, to guarantee your place in this auction, make sure that you do check out. The other brand new thing that we had was the stencils. Now, do remember these sets, they do come in sets of 3. We do have them all available individually at £11.99 on the website, or you can go for the trio, so that's all of them, where you're going for the full bundle for £24.99. If you go for all of them, you do get that £11 savings, so almost one of the sets for free, and you get the ring binder, so you're ready to just pop them on that we can see just there as well. I'll give you a quick reminder, and we'll share a couple of messages as well. We always run out of time with our messages, so apologies if we haven't shown yours. Here's Jane. Hi, Foxy Kelly. Welcome to HobbyMaker. Crafty hugs, lovely lady.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane. So you can see all of those stencils that we've got there for $24.99. Another one from Sue. So lovely to see Kelly and on our screens again. I've got the journals and technique books, my go-to books. Which, yeah, they're absolutely super. We'll share one more as well from Caroline. Hello to you. Welcome, Kelly. It's nice to see you on HobbyMaker as well. Lots of messages coming through for you, which I'm not surprised by. It's been lovely. It's been great to meet you and love everything that obviously you do. I'm excited to see you back soon.
I can't wait. It's been brilliant. And thanks, guys, for tuning in and all the love and support that I've had. You know, it means a lot. So
it's been fantastic.
So stay tuned.
Exactly. Always keep an eye on our socials, because obviously that's when you sort of find out when like Kelly will be back and everything like that, and you might get some sneak hints of what's coming up as well. We'll be back in a moment. Obviously our show we had got planned for 8 o'clock sold out completely earlier, so we have you know just messed it up and gone, what can we do instead? We got Sizzix coming up for you instead, so we have got everything at really good prices, low deals, so do join me for that right after the break.